Good morning, students. Today we'll learn about common journal entries, the most frequently used transactions in business accounting. These journal entries help us master the double entry system through practical examples. By understanding how to record capital, expenses, income, and credit transactions, you'll develop a strong foundation for preparing accurate financial statements. So let's begin this important lesson. In this session, we'll cover four key areas. First, capital and drawings. We'll see how to record when owners invest money or withdraw it for personal use. Second, income and expenses. We'll record how businesses earn revenue and spend money. Third, credit transactions. We'll understand purchases and sales made on credit. And finally, summary and recap to revise all the golden rules and patterns we've learned so far. Let's start with capital and drawings. Every business records its transactions through journal entries. These entries follow the debit and credit rules we learned earlier and form the foundation of accounting. The double entry system ensures that every transaction affects at least two accounts, one debit and one credit, keeping the equation balanced. The golden rules of accounting help us decide which account to debit or credit, whether it's personal, real, or nominal. And finally, with pattern recognition, regular practice helps us see that journal entries follow familiar patterns, making accounting faster and easier with time. Let's start with capital and drawings. When the owner invests money into the business, it's called capital introduced. Here, cash account is debited because cash comes in, and capital account is credited because the owner gives capital. So the entry is cash account, doctor to capital account, being capital introduced by the owner. Now, when the owner withdraws money for personal use, it's called drawings. In this case, drawings account is debited and cash account is credited. The entry is drawings account, doctor to cash account, being cash withdrawn for personal use. Every business earns income and pays expenses. Income represents money earned, while expenses show the costs incurred. When paying expenses such as rent or salary, rent account, doctor or salary account, doctor to cash account, this shows that expenses increase and cash decreases. For incomes received like commission or service revenue, cash account, doctor to commission account or to service account. This means cash increases and income increases. So debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. The nominal account rule in action. Not all transactions are made in cash. Some happen on credit. When goods are sold on credit, the entry is debtor's account, doctor to sales account, being goods sold on credit to customer. Here the debtor owes money, so their account is debited. Sales increase, so that account is credited. When goods are purchased on credit, the entry is purchases account, doctor to creditor's account, being goods purchased on credit from supplier. This means our inventory increases and a liability to the supplier is created. Now let's look at some adjustment entries that maintain accuracy in financial statements. First, depreciation on assets. Over time, assets like machinery lose value. The entry is depreciation account, doctor to machinery account, being depreciation charged on machinery. Second, bad debts written off. Sometimes customers fail to pay. That loss is recorded as bad debts account, doctor to debtors account, being bad debts written off as uncollectible. Let's recall the three golden rules that apply to every journal entry. 1. Personal accounts rule. Debit the receiver and credit the giver. This applies to individuals or firms. 2. Real accounts rule. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. This applies to assets like cash or machinery. 3. Nominal accounts rule. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gains. This affects the profit or loss. These three rules guide every journal entry we record in accounting. Always remember, a correct journal entry is the first step toward preparing accurate financial statements. Whenever you are unsure, ask yourself what comes in, what goes out, who gives, and who receives. Practicing these journal entries helps you recognize patterns. Once you understand why an account is debited or credited, you'll never have to memorize. Accounting becomes logical and intuitive, not mechanical. Congratulations! You've completed Chapter 5. Common journal entries. You now understand how to record capital, income, expenses, and credit transactions under the double entry system. Keep practicing these entries regularly to build confidence and accuracy in your accounting skills. In the next chapter, we'll learn how these journal entries are posted to the ledger, the next step in the accounting cycle. Thank you and see you in the next class.